Hey y'all, welcome. It's Saturday. Can y'all see me? Let me see here. Okay. How is everybody? I thought I had enough light. Let's see. Let's try this. It's a little bit better. Okay. How is everybody? I know it's Saturday. I haven't been in here. I can't remember when I was last in here, but I wanted to come on and I just wanted to share some things. I really hope that y'all watch the replay of this. Just wanted to kind of do some touch and base. Let's see. People who lived here locally, I had a awesome book club meeting. It was great. 13 women came, and y'all see I got my little shirt on today, my over 50 shirt. So I don't know if y'all can see it. Let's see. I see my over 50 shirt. There it is. All right. So anyway, I had 13 women in the book club that came last Saturday. It was so great. It was so much fun. And we're actually, let me show y'all. We're actually going to read this book right here. I'm Fine and Neither Are You. Sounds good. So this is what we're going to read. I can't wait to start mine. And so we're going to do that. And it was just great. We just had like way too much junk food. And we had some veggies. We did. We had some veggies. Just let y'all know we had some veggies. But I wanted to talk today, give you an update. I am working feverishly on the membership site. It is just absolutely going to be wonderful. It's so pretty. It's going to be, I don't know what's with the light today. Anyway, it's going to be great. I am working on the first course is going to be I'm going to start the site out with at least 3 courses, but I'm going to add one course every month. And I guess I could give y'all a little bit of detail about, well, you know what? I'll do that in another video. I'm going to stick to this video right here. This video, I want to, well, somebody stopped in front of my house. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to, well, maybe they're not here for me. Okay. I want to talk about 10 signs that your soul is tired. Okay. We know that we are a 3-part being. We are body, soul, and spirit. Okay. We focus a lot in the body of Christ on the spirit and the sin, in the body. But we don't talk enough about the soul. We don't talk enough about your soul, which is your mind, will, and emotions. Okay. And from the coaching and counseling that I do, women are soul tired because everyone that I counsel is a Christian. They say they're Christian, they're a believer, and yet people are at the bottom of the bucket. Okay, they are just slap worn out. Hey, Alicia, they are just completely worn out. They are stressing. People are into certain sins. People are frustrated. People are depressed. Women are defeated. They're depressed. They have anxiety. They are stressing. Okay, they're living beneath. They're not in their purpose. And we talk a lot in church about the spirit man. We talk a lot about how to strengthen the spirit man, the perfection of the spirit man, how to live for God, reading your word. I mean, hey, I'm going to do the membership site and I'm going to talk about some spirit stuff too. It's some courses, but I'm going to have some other stuff. But we don't talk much about the mind, will, and emotions. And the reason why I wanted to come on here today about this is because last week I went to a suicide seminar, and it was fabulous. It was a suicide conference, and this is not talked about enough in our church. One of the statistics of suicide is someone commits suicide, or they say, they don't like to use the word suicide. They say, oh my God, I've forgotten the word. God forgive me. I cannot think of the term, the way that they use it, but it's, you don't say they committed suicide. Oh my goodness, I cannot, wait a minute. Hold on. I've got the book right here. Hold on. They don't want to call it that. They want to call it death by, hold on. Oh, I can't believe I can't remember it. They don't want you to say the person committed suicide because it makes it sound a certain way. It was about people being, let's see here, what do they call it? It actually makes more sense to say it. I can't believe I forgot. Hold on. They don't want you to say, they don't want you to say the word suicide. They want you to say death by, oh, if anybody knows what they call it. Oh my goodness, I cannot even believe I've forgotten it. My goodness, my mind is just menopause. Anyway, it was on suicide prevention, and someone commits suicide every 11 minutes. Every 11 minutes, y'all. Okay, and the reason I want to talk about, I'm going to give y'all in a short version 10 things or signs that your soul is tired, because the soul, the mind, will, and emotions of people is tired. People is tired, and we don't recognize this. We literally do not recognize this in a lot in the body of Christ, and a lot of us, a lot of the body of Christ says you need to pray more, fast more, like do all these other more spiritual things. So I just, and now I'm only going to give this in a light version, because I'm going to create a free, like PDF document about this, but you have to sign up at my website to get this. I'm really, really wanting this. I'm going to make it, available, that way. But anyway, we go through, and these are my new glasses. Okay, they're blue. Can y'all see this? And I never did find the other ones that I lost somewhere in the house while I was cleaning. Can you imagine? Like, I don't even know where they are. But anyway, so here's my new, I don't really care for these. They're heavy, but whatever. All right, so we go through long periods of being extremely mentally or emotionally stressed. Okay, when you do, now just think about in your own life. Oftentimes our souls fall into a deep rest that feels a lot like being depressed. Now I actually am taking this from an article that I found that I thought was really good, and I'm going to tweak it and change it and create my own article from this, because this is something that really needs to come out. But as much, and so when your soul gets tired like this, people, say it looks a lot like being depressed, like depression. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I have been soul tired, and no one really recognized it as that. But I remember voicing it out of my mouth, going, oh, my soul is so tired. My spirit man was like, I'm gonna live for God. I'm gung-ho. I'm there. I'm at church. I'm at every service. But my soul, my mind, my will, and my emotions were so spent and exhausted. I was like, can nobody else see this? Can nobody else recognize this? And I didn't know what to do. Okay. And as much as you want to pick yourself up, and I'm going to think positive. I'm going to think good thoughts today, God, to your family, your children. I'm going to shift my focus. I'm going to be more energetic. And yet you feel completely exhausted, still just really exhausted, spent, the whole nine. But we ignore the signs that we don't have any real energy, that our energy is leaving, and we just can't handle certain situations. We have anxiety, we have mental exhaustion, we have depression. Okay, all of these are signs of your soul being tired. Now, here is number one. Your soul can be exhausted and it can be depleted. Here's one. You feel an aching sensation throughout all your body. Some people, now, if this isn't you, then, if any of these aren't you, but I'm just saying, I want people to be aware. When you feel like your soul is just tired, sometimes you just ache in your body. I remember being there. Matter of fact, I'm just, transparency. I literally hurt in my body all the time. I'm like, why do I ache like this? Why? I'm aching in my hip. Now I'm only 54. That can't be, you can't be breaking down this much. And I didn't used to hurt like this. But you just have this, sometimes you have tension, you have dizziness, you have a headache, you just don't feel well. You ache in your body. Okay, this can be a sign that your mind, will, and emotions are exhausted, depleted, and spent. Okay. Number 2 is during the day, you feel like all you want to do is rest. All you want to do is lay down. You want to take a nap. You struggle to just kind of get out of bed. And you wouldn't say you were actually fully depressed, but you just struggle to get up. And during the night, you have this restless sleep. You don't sleep sound. You may, even have intense dreams, like this whole thing. I'm going to even talk about that more when I create this this free PDF I'm going to give away. Okay, let's see the third sign. When somebody asks you what's wrong, you don't know really what to say. You have like your list of what you could say is wrong, but you don't really know how you feel. You may be struggling with, I don't really even know how to put this into words. You can't say you're tired, but you can't say something else. Okay, you know that there's something just deep down happening inside of you, but you can't just get it out. You don't know why you don't really have any energy and why you just can't seem to get out of that place. Okay, you just don't know how you feel. Okay, now these are real. Now, for the people who they just can't relate to these first 3, I'm good for you. I'm glad. But there are many of you in this group that I know you can relate to this. If not all 10, to 1 or 2 or 5 or 6 or whatever. Okay, let's go to the 4th one. You often feel fragmented and disoriented because your mind and body are out of sync. Okay, now listen, it says, let's say fragmented, like sometimes you feel like you're just in pieces. Okay, now the people who are going through this know what I'm talking about. You just feel you feel like you're like somebody kind of blew you apart and you're just in pieces. There's a piece of you here and here and here and here. Like there's just pieces of you and you feel fragmented. And it's like your mind and your body aren't synced together. Okay, that should make sense to the person who's listening to me who feels soul tired, where you're thinking a thought, but your body is like just not there. You kind of want to do something else. It's just like you just feel, you would actually use the words, I feel out of sorts. I just don't feel in sync with my body, and my thoughts kind of aren't doing the same thing. Okay. All right. So now all of number 5, all of your emotions seem intensified. Now this one here is like a dead giveaway. You feel extremely emotional. You may be crying for no reason. Anything at the drop of a hat, you cry. You feel like your heart's going to explode. Like you love one moment, you're happy, and then the next moment, you're completely broken. You feel like a basket case. This just means your emotions are completely at a high level of intensity. Okay, this means your soul is tired. Remember, the soul is mind, will, and emotions. We're a 3-part being: spirit, soul, and body. And when the soul, all 3 of these have to be in alignment. All 3 have to be balanced. Your spirit, your soul, and your body have to be in harmony. And when they're not, you feel it. You feel it. Okay. The 6th one is you experience mild panic attacks or chronic anxiety. I cannot even begin to tell you how many women tell me they have anxiety. They have anxiety. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know what a panic attack was until I had one. And I didn't even know that's what it was. I was just a complete overload a while back and had a panic attack. And I was like, well, my goodness. Where you just feel anxious about everything, anxiety. Certain things you have to do trigger it. Could be places trigger it. Could be a situation that triggers it. I know people, they have to talk to themselves, they have to count, they have to leave the room, they have to do different things to relieve this anxiety that just starts. It just means, honey, you on overload. You're on overload. Okay, I'm going to talk about that more when I do the whole little document. Okay, Alicia wants me to repeat them. Okay, let me start because I'm on number 5. Number 1 is you feel an aching sensation like through your body, like you ache in your body, but you don't know why. You're like, there's nothing wrong. You go to the doctor. I can't tell you how many clients of mine go to the doctor. Doctor says there's nothing wrong, but they hurt, they ache. Okay. Number 2 is you just kind of want to lay down and rest all day. You just constantly tired. You struggle to get out of bed. It's hard to wake up. You feel restless because when you sleep, you experience intense dreams. You may have nightmares, stuff like that, but you just want to lay down. Your thoughts are like, I just want to get on the couch. I just want to lay across my bed. Okay. I just want to go sit in this chair. Okay. Number 3 is when somebody asks you like, what's wrong with you? You just don't really know what to say. You don't really know how you feel. You don't really feel good. You don't really feel bad. You can't even put it into words how you feel, but you know something is off inside. It's happening inside of you, but you don't really know what that is. Number 4, you feel fragmented and disoriented. It's like your mind and body are not in sync. It's like they're not in sync, and it's like you want to do certain things, but you mentally ain't there. Or you can do something, but you mentally not there. Or mentally you want to do, but your body just doesn't feel like it. Like the two just aren't meshing together. Okay, so that was 4. Number 5 is all of your emotions are intensified. Everything about you is at an intense level. I have been there. I was there, last week, 2 weeks ago, about my car. It just triggered this. I mean, my emotions just went through about the car because it just triggered this emotional response. I mean, I remember when the guy said, oh, the car can't be fixed. I got in the car and I just cried because it was just so intense for me at that moment. Okay. And I had to I'm on overload about car repair. I can't even talk about it right now. Car repair is just a real stressing point for me. Like it just is. Okay. So at one moment you can be all happy and feel love and the warm fuzzies. And then the next moment you're completely the opposite end of intensity in your emotions. Okay. Number 6, you have mild panic attacks or chronic anxiety. Okay, if you find yourself having anxiety over things 2, 3, 4 times a week or several times a month, okay, this is like chronic anxiety. Or you having literal panic attacks about if you have to talk to someone, if you have to meet somebody, if you have to handle a situation, just different, whatever it is. Some different things trigger it. It could be I have women who have issues on their job. That triggers anxiety for them, or a panic attack. Could be having to deal with a ex-spouse or a family member or a bill or just whatever. Okay. Number 7 is a feeling of you just feel really lonely. Okay, just really lonely. Even if you're with people, even if you're with family, even if you're at church, even if you're at work, you just have this sense of loneliness, and you question like relationships, people around you. Can you really trust people? This all means that your soul could be signs that you could be soul tired. Okay, you feel like you have to be on the defense. You just are like, well, I don't know what to do about relationships with people. You know, do I really want to trust them? Do I really want to hang out with them? That kind of thing. Okay, number 8 is, I think this is one we all can relate to. You are jealous, angry, bitter, resentful thoughts. Okay, and we all lie if we say we don't have those, because we do. And you have it about almost everything that happens around you. when you normally are not this way and you find yourself just bitter, making bitter statements, bitter thoughts, jealous thoughts, resentful thoughts, resenting this, that, this thing, whatever it is. Okay, all of that. You normally are a nice person. You're sweet, you're loving, giving, compassionate, and you find yourself like you're not any of those things hardly anymore. You even try to hide that you have become this way. You still show, okay, I'm still loving and caring, but deep down inside, you're like, you just don't care. You're bitter. You're bitter over a situation. You're unforgiving. You're angry, but you wouldn't call it that. Other people may see it, but you wouldn't call it that. Okay. Number 9 is your body feels weak. Okay. Now you have to know your body well. And a lot of women know their body, but a lot don't, surprisingly. But your body feels weak and any movement makes you exhausted. Okay. Now this is like, you used to have energy for things, but now when you try to do something, you feel completely exhausted, just drained. You don't even know why. I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. Things don't make you happy. Going certain places don't make you just drained to have to, like going to the store, you're drained. Going to the mall, you're drained. Going to the gym, you're drained. Going to clean the house, you're drained. Any like movement, you just don't feel well. You just feel weak in body, like you just like, oh, I just don't want to do that. I just can't make that. Okay. And number 10 is you feel very, maybe not very, but apprehensive or scared about the future. You're uncertain about the future. You may feel even panic about moving into the future, about what the future looks like, what it holds, what's going to happen. You may have overthinking the future too much. You like, we're in 2019, you're like 5 years down the road. You're 5 years down the road and you're worried about way in the future, what that's going to look like, what's going to happen to you. You feel drained and exhausted. You want to leave. You want to start life over. You want to move. You want to not be with the same people. You can't take pleasure in things. You can't, you don't enjoy things that you used to do. Nothing makes you happy. Like if someone asks you the question, what makes you happy? What gives you enjoyment? You have a hard time really answering that, or you have to really think about it. So those are the 10 things. Now, if you feel this way, it's time to prioritize. It's time to look at your life and say, okay, now what do I need to change? What do I need to do? Where can I have more balance in this area? Because all of these things are soul related. Now, remember I said your soul is your mind, your will, and emotions. Okay, now this is where I teach my clients, y'all have got to have self-care. And usually when you are floating in these 10 things, you're not having self-care. You're not doing what makes you have peace, relaxation, enjoyment, pleasure. And I don't mean something sinful. I mean where you get built back up, recharged, where you feel in a healthy way. Okay. Now, for some people, this means they need to go on a vacation. Some people, it means they need to go to a spa. They need to get massage. They need to kind of remove themselves from the stress. You may need to get rid of toxic people in your life, toxic relationships. You may need to get more sleep. You may need to journal or do morning pages or read, or you may need to just literally have some fun, like legitimate fun. You may need to hike. You may need to get out in nature. You may need to start a hobby. You may need to, like, I quilt, I write, and I quilt. And then I love to read fiction. So those are the things that help me, but I need massage. This may be self-care may be related to your your love language. The 5 love languages are touch, words of affirmation, gifts, acts of service, and okay, hold on. Touch, gifts, words of affirmation, acts of service, and quality time. So if you don't get 1 or 2 of those 5, okay, then you need to get that. So let's say I never get touch. Like I never get touch or hugs or anything. So I have to go get a massage. So I can just sort of feel normal. Like I just need that. Hey, Mary. Mary says, man, I did one of these last week and what a difference it made, but got to go back to the real world a while. Yes. Yeah, so you have to have self-care in your life. You have to, because the soul needs a refreshing. It's the mind. Your mind can only take so much. Your will, your emotions, it can only take so much. Self-care could be that you turn your own bathroom into a spa. You might need to do that. It might be that it could be just going to the park. It could be, eating. Okay, I'll give you an example. Self-care for me was someone invited me last night to go to the movies. And I have been wanting to go see that new movie, Overcomer. Y'all all should go see it. It's really good. So I went to go see it and had a great, great time. Had a great time. And just think if I really, and I didn't realize how much I needed to be out and to just be with other women and just do something, even though I have, like, if y'all could see my desk right here, like, okay, I have like a ton of stuff I'm working on. And I'm working on the membership site, and I've got to do a newsletter. I've got literally over 50 things on a to-do list to do that are all important, and all of them I want to do, but I can't do all of that. So I have to step back from some of that, and I have to have self-care. And so after the movies, we went to Panera Bread. I didn't eat anything, didn't want any bread stuff. Panera Bread just, it's good, but it just bloats you up. So we just sat, and there was the nicest breeze outside, and it was dark, and they had those really nice little outdoor patio lights. It was just so nice. And so me and 2 other ladies just sat there till 11 after the place was closed. And we just sat out there and we just talked in the dark. And it was just great. It was great self-care for us. And truth be told, they needed self-care. We all needed the same thing. We all needed self-care. And we all needed to go and to do this. So sometimes you have to get away with people and like have coffee, and I've got a couple other friends that I need to go have coffee with, and one I need to go have dessert with, and we just need to like get away. But I actually like need a vacation. Now, I don't know how many of you in here need a vacation. You need that. I need a weekly massage. My massage therapist tells me every time I go, Stephanie, your body is so tight. You've got to come in here weekly. I can't afford it. I would love to, because I need touch. So, I feel so much, but see, I had let my soul care go for like 2 or 3 weeks, hadn't had a massage, and went, and it just put just a little bit of dent, and I really need to go, honestly. I really need to go twice a week for like a month, and then go weekly. Women, we carry a lot. The reason why I'm talking about this is because we carry a lot of stress. We carry a lot on our shoulders with children, husbands, marriages, in-laws, jobs, finances, sickness, school, work. We carry a lot. Ministry. We carry a lot on us. And all of those things are not answered spiritually. They're not. Some of them, and I know there's people here that don't agree with that, and that's fine. But everything is not answered in prayer. Some things you actually need to do something in the natural. Like you have to do something physical for the mind, the body, the emotions, okay, for your emotional health. So sometimes it's just avoiding a bunch of negativity. Sometimes it's actually stepping into something new that you didn't even know you could do, that you're that creative, okay? That it could be something as simple as that. But I want to encourage you, ladies, don't get discouraged, and don't talk about yourself in a negative way. Don't keep thinking that your situation is hopeless, that I just feel this way. Just recognize the signs and say, okay, it's just like if there's a stop sign. The stop sign is telling you to stop. So if you have any of these 10, you need to stop, reevaluate. Okay, what do I need to change in this situation? When is the last time that I've had self-care? When is the last time that I've taken care of me? See, if you don't take care of you, nobody else is going to take care of you. And that is just a God honest truth. And sometimes you're not able to take care of you. Like, you need it gifted. You need it gifted to you. You need help. Sometimes you need favor. Sometimes you need a miracle. But because the Lord Jesus loves us so much, and he desires for us to not be spiritually great and then we're just mentally and emotionally broken. That's not his will for us. And then your body, because see, what goes on in your soul is what's affecting your body. What's going on in your soul realm affects your spirit and your body. Because when you have too much mental exhaustion, it affects you physically. I've had countless doctors tell me this. It literally affects you mentally. It affects you physically. So you must take care of yourself. So I'm going to do a free teaching on this. I'm going to really expand it out on the 10 things and what you could do about each one of these. And I'm going to put my newsletter. I'm going to put my web address for my website up here, www.stephaniemcarter.com. Y'all, if you have not signed up at my website to get on the website, it's called it's a tapestry teaching on grace. Okay, if you haven't signed up to get my newsletter, sign up, and then you will get this when I release it, maybe in a couple of days. I'm working on it, and you'll get this, and I'll send out one blanket email, and that's the only way I'm going to give it out. You have to get my newsletter to get it. I won't post it here in the group. And I'm going to do another short video right after this, separate, maybe like a 5 minutes, and give you an update on the membership site and what's going on with that. So I just wanted to just encourage y'all with that. 10 signs that your soul is tired. This is a super big topic. I don't want anybody in here to, I cannot think of the word. Oh, I hate that, guys. Because there was a word that they called, when people committed suicide, they don't want you to say suicide. They don't want to use that word, and I cannot remember what it is called. It's called death by, I can't remember, but it was a great seminar I went to. But anyway, I want y'all to be encouraged. And, I'm going to post it here. I'll type it in here now. It's my website, Mary. And if you go to my website, this is where you sign up to get my newsletter. And I do a newsletter. I'm trying to do it weekly, and it is hard to do one weekly because I'm so busy. But I'm getting ready to do one today. I'm going to do one today, and you'll get the tapestry teaching that is there when you sign up. But when I release this teaching on the emotions on the soul, I'll send it out in a blanket newsletter to everybody on my mailing list. And you will be able to get that and keep up with my writing with me, and when I release the membership site and all of that. All right. So y'all have a great Saturday. It is 5 o'clock. Let me see, what did I do today? I've done laundry, I've cut grass, and dinner's in the crock pot. And I'm just doing a lot of working on my membership site and writing and stuff here. Oh, and I wanted to tell y'all that also go, if y'all have an app on your phone, www.belovedwomen.org. I now write a devotional, 12 devotions for this site. I write for them. I got approved. Y'all saw, probably I posted it in our group, the letter. I did a test devotional, and then they want me to come and write for them. Now, I don't get paid anything, but it's okay. You get exposure, and I just love it. I wanted to stretch myself and write devotions, and I'd never written a devotion. I just thought, well, it's really kind of hard, and I'm like, I don't know. But I wrote a devotion, and they picked me to be a writer for them to write. So I've got to write 4 devotions by October 15th. I've got to write 12 for 2020. So that is really exciting, and I'm really honored that they picked me. I'm really thrilled about that. I have no idea what 4 devotions I'm going to write in a little over 30 days. So I've got to think about that. But it's a great app. It's a great app on your phone and they do devotions every day, daily. And you can get the really short devotions that encourage you to get into the Word. So if you go to their website and you go there every day, or you go on your phone and get the app, Beloved Woman, and just, have the app, and you can read them every day. And they're really pretty good. They're really, really pretty good. All right, so y'all have a great Saturday. I am going to continue working, and I'm going to probably right now do a quick newsletter. Oh, next Friday from 10 to 3, I'm going to be in downtown Atlanta at, oh my God, I think the Civic Center. I'm going to be at a book sale. I'm having a book sale with some other women, and I will also post that. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the exact place. I just know it's in Atlanta on Pryor Street. But I will post that. So I'm having a book sale there, and I'll post that in the website also. So that will be great. I just can't remember the name of it. It's the building where the people in Atlanta go get their tags and taxes and property taxes and all that. So there. So it's next Friday from 10 to 3 if anybody is locally and wants to come support that. All right. Y'all have a great Saturday, and I will post all of this in the group, and I will see y'all later.